Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Another episode. Justin, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure as always. Let's get to work.
Oh, man, and I can't be more excited. We got a good one here tonight, folks, as all our shows are. Marvin, last week we visited with Alabama legends who were the men behind the muscle. Now we finally get to shift to the quarterback position. Can you please introduce our guest?
Oh, tonight we have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. He actually played a pivotal role in turning a season around. Went on to do some amazing things before he decided to leave the game of football. But in the meantime, the body of work was solid. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Mr. Spencer Pennington.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for letting me be on the show. Pleasure to be here.
I just got one quick question. Did you say you live in Arkansas?
No, I don't live in Arkansas. I hunt ducks in Arkansas quite a bit. That's what this is about. This is not my best Fitzpatrick impersonation, but I'm a duck guide, and this actually does help you keep warm during the wintertime. It gets fairly cold up there.
The Duck Dynasty look, that's what you got going?
Duck Dynasty, man, and, you know, if you're going to kill ducks, you got to go to Arkansas. Fortunately, we've got a good place there, so.
Well, I was just going to tell you to be careful down there, man. They don't like people from Alabama. My freshman year, half of our team got food poisoning at the team hotel in Arkansas. Needless to say, we went on to get beat, 41-7 the next day? So be careful down there. They're not too fun of the tide down there.
Man, hey, dude, I keep it down low, man. I got a camo truck, the whole deal, man. I don't even let them know where I'm from. So
smart man.
Speaking of that, Spencer, we were talking before the show started about introducing a camo line. Marvin, maybe you could use him as a model for that camo line for your fitness wear. I think we could work something out, right?
Yep,
hey, I'd be glad to do it, man. Anything Marvin's attached to is going to turn to gold anyway. And I'll tell you this much. If I look like he does in a couple of years when I'm his age, I'd be happy to do it. And so I got a few days in the gym before I can start modeling anything, but I'd be glad to help out in any way.
Hey, well, we're going to get this project rolling. Hey, trust and believe, a phone call will be made first thing in the morning.
Bet. Good deal.
We were, I guess, like third string on the depth chart. We started out 3-0. We were hot, but then Brody went down. Things weren't working out with Mark Gillen, and then all of a sudden, Coach Shula calls your number. Can you tell us about that moment?
Yeah, man. You know, going the previous year, I had a really bad injury playing against Georgia, and I actually had right reconstructive shoulder surgery and left knee surgery the following Sunday. And, you know, when I came back, Mark Gillen had transferred in, and I, you know, was still recovering and working to get back. And, you know, I would be telling you not the full truth if I didn't say that I wasn't too happy about being dropped down because of an injury. You know, just because I felt like my body of work at least deserved to be a backup, you know. But with that being said, man, you know, I'm a man of faith. I know that the Lord had a plan for me and my time there. And I knew that I was just going to keep working hard and an opportunity would present itself. And it did. And, you know, we kind of rallied. It's Alabama fans right now, Marvin, you'll get this, man. We're kind of spoiled, right? Like if we have a 10 or 11 win season, that's no longer good enough. And I try to remind people, hey, there was a point in time when we were really glad to go to the Music City Bowl, right. And we should be thankful for these times that we're in, man. And, you know, we were able to go to a bowl again after coming off of, you know, 2 years of having to go and play in Hawaii, you know, which is not the worst place in the world to go. But, you know, when it comes to bowl games, you know, being on probation and everything, it was difficult. But I'll never forget those times. I made lifelong friends, man. I love Alabama. I love Alabama football. And I'm so thankful for the opportunity and the blessing to be able to play there and the opportunities it's provided me after football.
So I have to ask, what was it like having your name called for the first time over the speakers at Bryant-Denny Stadium?
Well, oddly enough, Brody got hurt. First time I ever had any meaningful playing time was against Arkansas. It was about 1 minute and 45 seconds left before halftime. Brody gets hurt, and Franchoni looks at me, and he's like, what are you doing? Get your helmet. And I said, all right. And I couldn't find it, dude. Like, I was used to wearing the ball cap and calling and signaling in the plays. And so I found my helmet. First down handoff, second down handoff, third down, we ran deuce right, 212 F flat. And I'll never forget the play. First time I threw a ball, we hit a 10-yard out route and tied it up at halftime, 10-10. And then Brody miraculously was like, a character in the Bible and was raised from the dead and came back. And I went back and I put the hat on the rest of the game. So, but man, to hear that, to know that your mom and dad and your brother and family and people back home and all the people that supported you and all the time and effort it takes to get boys to a game. I mean, I'm at a ball field right now, as you can see behind me. I'm about to go watch my son play. And dude, it was great. I'll never forget it.
Cool. Well, you were thrust into the spotlight. Who invested in you to help you with that sudden transition back in 2004?
I think just a good mom and dad, good quality raising, teaching right, wrong. There's no gray areas in this world, and always just trying to handle things, with the utmost respect. And obviously I respected the position. The truth is, guys, whether you want to admit it or not, there's people that don't know who our governor is in the state of Alabama, but they know who the starting quarterback is in the state of Alabama, So I went from kind of being, behind the scenes to on the forefront of things. And I had to work on my articulation a little bit for interviews and all the stuff that comes along with that, man. But, truthfully, I think that everything in life prepares you for your next step, man. And like I said, man, I had a great raising. I'd been around football my whole life. And Brody and I, still best friends. We were roommates on the road. So to have him in the room with me the night before and going over plays and just him instilling the wisdom that he had into me, it was a cool thing. And I don't think that anybody, even though you look at Mac Jones and Atua and those guys, I don't think anybody's ever ready for that. It's just, man, you don't even have time to think. It's jump in and hold on and hope you don't fall off.
Marvin mentioned earlier when he was introducing you about how that year we went from disaster to a bowl game, and you're a huge part of that. You rallied the team around you. You and Ken Darby, both of y'all really stood out to me that year. So how were you able to rally everybody in that time where it looked like everything was just going wrong?
Man, I was more of a lead by example, more so than a rah-rah guy. And, I think that for like my son and kids that I talk to these days, people watch what you do, even if it's at practice, even if it's just in the weight room, the way you go about your business, the way you handle things, they know what I call a guy that's got a little bit of dog in him, and is not going to give up. They're not going to spit the bit when times get tough, and I feel like, Brody told me one time, and I take this as a compliment. He said, man, I don't know if you are dumb or you're the toughest guy that I know, but you were just silly enough to keep getting up. And that's the truth, man. I was just silly enough and hard-headed enough that I was going to keep getting up, and no matter the score, no matter what our record was. And I think that people, and quite honestly, I think America needs more of that these days to just, do things the right way. I think that came across. And then, man, I'm a competitor. Listen, I still love to compete. I won't let my son beat me in pickup stick. Like, he's going to have to earn that. I still remember the first time I ever beat my dad in one-on-one in basketball. I was 13. It was like I just won the, MVP trophy or something. And so, I grew up in a competitive household, and dude, my whole life, it like I said, it just prepared me for that opportunity, and I was thankful to get it.
Some people do not understand that. My future wife, she always says, do you have to win at everything? And I told her, losing builds character. Either A, you're going to keep losing, or B, you're going to find a way to win and pick yourself up. Only people who stay down are the ones who truly aren't destined to be the leaders of the free world, the leaders who guide man, because again, if you don't have enough in you to pick yourself up when you're down, you you shouldn't be playing a sport first and foremost, because you got guys playing, waiting on you who need you, because it's a team sport. So having that trait, man, that's huge. And the fact that, your guys who played with you recognize that, and that's a testament of your leadership right there within itself. Because again, a lot of people, when they're down, they'll stay down. They're not going to get up. They're not going to keep fighting, man. So that's very big of you. And the fact that they realize that, man, that speaks volumes of you and your character as a man.
Well, dude, that means a lot coming from you, Marvin. And I've always had the utmost respect for you. I hope you know that, dude. And the other thing is, I think that football, sports in general, teach you a lot about how you're going to be as a man outside of sports. You think about all the people that have lost jobs because of COVID-19 and just the troubles that America's in right now. It'd be really easy to get discouraged. It'd be really easy to not, get up and go to work or quit on a family. Things are not easy, but a man, especially a godly man, in my opinion, we don't have a choice in the matter. It is what it is. And, it's easy when things are going well to be a front runner, but you want to find out a lot about a quarterback or a ball player or a man, a dad, a husband, whatever. Look at him when nobody's watching, when things are going rough,
Yeah. So I got to ask this one other question. Everybody has one moment that they remember more than any other. Either it was them hitting somebody or them getting hit. Which one is it for you, and who did it?
Oh my goodness. I'm embarrassed to tell this story, but I'm going to tell you anyway. And on this particular point, I'm not an example, kids. I wore a yellow jersey at practice, Marvin. I didn't get hit, and I had a bad vice, and that was Copenhagen tobacco. I played baseball. You grow up and you see everybody in the MLB with a big dip in and all this stuff. And I was a quarterback, so I didn't get hit. I practiced with that in, okay? And that same game that I was telling you about Arkansas, what I didn't tell you is I couldn't find my helmet, and I was so nervous about finding my helmet, I forgot that I had a dip in. So I go out onto the field, the first time I ever play in a game that meant anything. I'd played one time before on the hands team or something. And by the way, they did not kick it on sides, and they kicked it deep, and that meant that I had to block. And I am not built for blocking, and my guy made the tackle. Needless to say, I was off the hands team moving forward. But so I go in, and the first down, second down handoff, there was nothing to that, right? Like, that's just everyday practice. But third down, I take a 3-step drop, and Tony Bua, the free safety for Arkansas, who wound up playing for the Bengals for many years in the NFL, hit me hard in my ribs, and I went, ugh. And when I did that, half of the substance in my mouth wound up in my belly, and needless to say, I couldn't. Shad Williams was our running back at the time. He had to wind up calling the plays for the next couple of plays, brother, because I couldn't speak. But yeah, I mean, that's a funny memory. Just the first time playing in a game that meant anything. I always pick at Tyrone Prothro, because if you'll remember the season we're talking about in the bowl game, I'm like, Prothro, let's think about this, man. You can win an ESPY by catching a pass over somebody's head, doing a cartwheel, landing on your back, and still get your Daniel Moore painting. I said, 3rd and 9 with 2 minutes left, I overthrow you this much. I said, I threw the ball this high, and you can't make a miraculous. Where's my Daniel Moore print, bro? I'm like, come on, man. Help a brother out.
I'll tell you a secret. Justin doesn't even know this. I actually messaged Prothro about 30 minutes before we started. I said, hey, man, I just thought about it. Spencer's going to be on. You should surprise him and Justin and jump on if you get a chance. But I'm pretty sure he's in practice maybe, and he just hadn't seen my text message yet. So I actually tried to get him to surprise y'all and jump into this one.
I would have loved that. What a great athlete he was, man. You want to talk about somebody that, God rested on the 7th day, but I'm pretty sure that he spent a little extra time on Prothro, dude. He had wheels. He reminded me a lot of like a Tyreek Hill or somebody this unbelievable talent. And my goodness, I hated the injuries. Such a devastating injury, you know. And you think about a guy like that, and what happened with Tua. You know, you wonder. I mean, I'm getting old, guys. That's been 15 plus years ago. Medicine's advanced a lot. You wonder if he had the same injury now, could he have come back? You know, but that's
do you want my honest opinion on that?
Yep.
Had he not gone to the doctor he went to, he would have probably came back, because I went to that same doctor the first time around and could barely walk after the fact. 2 years later, I go to Dr. Kane, who's Alabama's current team doctor. He works on me. 18 months later, the Dolphins end up bringing me in for a free agent workout. I still run a 4.640.
Brother, who you telling? Listen, my brother was injured and went to the same doctor, and his finger is still messed up. And fortunately for me, my dad said, listen, I don't care who y'all say we need to go to. We're going to Dr. Andrews and Dr. Kane. And if I got to pay for it out of my own pocket, I will. Now, look, you know, I agree with you 100%. I'm not going to name any names, but that was a travesty, dude. It really was.
I don't know how he was allowed to work on people for as long as he did. And I really wish my parents had have taken me to him from the start.
Speaking along the same lines of your toughness earlier, that was pretty much on display in that Music City Bowl. You suffered a concussion, had visibility in one eye, and were throwing up. How in the world did you play through all that and finish the game?
Well, like I said, man, I don't have any quit in me, dude. I never have. And that's something that was instilled in me from listen, my brother's 9 years older than me, man. And so I grew up, I didn't know I was smaller than them. I grew up with guys that were 9 years older than me. I grew up, honestly, so fortunate. Like, I remember being in the locker room and throwing the ball around with Jay Barker when I was 9 years old, and seeing David Palmer and those guys. And, you know, and my mom is the sweetest lady that's ever walked around on 2 feet. Literally, think about Mary Poppins, except really country. That's who she is. And, you know, my dad always said, listen, don't you keep your mom up here in these stands worried about you. If you can get up, there better be something broken, you know, if you're going to come out of a game or going to lay on the field, man. And I remember when that shoulder injury happened. I mean, my collarbone came through my skin, guys. And I remember trying my best to get up because I was thinking about my dad saying that, you know, and bless my mom's heart. This is a true story, man. My first year playing, when I was actually starting, I think she might have seen me play for like 2 quarters, because she would literally get so nervous. She would literally go to the restroom, shut the door, and just sit there and pray that her baby would be safe. And so it's tough on a mom and dad, you know.
You know what's funny, though? My mom was the complete opposite. I had to tell my mom to stop, because I would hear my mom in the stands hollering, kill him. I'm like, Mama, I'm going to kill him. Okay, but you can't be yelling, kill him. Just cheer after I do it, Mom. She would kill him. Like, no, Mom, that you can't do that.
That's so great. That's so great.
So I got to ask, what was your favorite moment, though, from the Music City Bowl? I'm curious.
Dude, listen, if you think about those running backs that they had, watching them play, although it was really well against us. I mean, who was it?
Rondé
Barber and Marion, right? Was the other? I mean,
no,
they were just. Who was it? It was Barber.
It was Marion Barber and
Barber. Yeah. Another guy that played in the NFL for a long time. I can't remember. I don't know why I can't remember. I just remember the whole experience, you know, getting the swag, Marvin. That was always cool, you know, getting to go and get all the things that go along with the bowl game. But I remember being so cold, man. I was thinking, dang, we're in Nashville, and it actually snowed a little bit. And, you know, it was just so cold. The ground was actually frozen out there. But, man, getting to play in that stadium was really cool, you know, there at the Titan Stadium. And it was just a neat experience, the whole thing. And just, dude, the thing is that people don't realize, and what I want my son and other kids to remember is slow down and enjoy it, because, you know, you can go and make a great sale. I'm a med device rep now. You know, you can go have a great sale, a great day at work, but there's nothing like just the camaraderie, the time alone, with your boys and working hard for something that that guy's got your back. And there's nothing that can replace that in life.
See, the reason why I asked that question, because I know it was cold and it snowed that week. My freshman year, we played in the Music City Bowl as well against Virginia Tech. It literally snowed and iced the entire time. It was icing during the game. So pretty much every guy on the team had every piece of clothing that was in their locker on under their shoulder pads. I mean, you're talking hoodies, looking like Little League players out there, right? So during the game, remember, it's icing. So during the game, those jet heaters?
Oh, yeah.
We're all, everybody's crowded around the jet heater. We just start smelling something. We look over and it's Darius Gilbert. He has on his coat, and the jet heater has caught his coat on fire on the side.
Come on, DG. That's great.
On fire on the sideline.
That's so funny. It's little stuff like that, man. You'll remember that for life. No doubt.
Well, Spencer, I know you got to watch your son play, and man, we really appreciate you coming on. Really have enjoyed your stories and really enjoyed what your career was about and the message it sent to not only us as fans, but the players who were there with you, man. And just absolutely amazing. It was amazing to see how God used you to carry out so many great messages, brother. So thank you again for coming on and sharing this with us.
Dude, I'm so glad to be here. I wish y'all nothing but the best. I'm really honored that y'all asked me to be on here, dude. Roll Tide, and I can't wait to watch us beat Tennessee like I rented new. And I'll be having my Cohiba cigar sitting on my stand right by my recliner where I'll be watching it, and it will be lit as soon as the game's over, hopefully, boys, because I don't want to put it away till next year.
Right. Well, Spencer, again, thank you. And do me a favor. Can you message me your sizes and give me a few weeks, and I'll send you a gift with what we talked about?
Dude, you are the man. It'll be coming here shortly, guys. Best of luck. God bless y'all, and thank you again, okay?
All right. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.